Say.
WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Everything earned for a goal of elevation. Just passing the team over here, might finish out bright future, we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions. Fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when Eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well. Big week ahead for us. But we're here first and foremost to speak about yesterday's absolutely dominant performance against Spurs. I'm going to say this now so that it doesn't take the shine away from what was a great performance from us. They played their B side. We don't care. That is it. Enough about that. We were brilliant. A side, B side, the way we were playing this day, I think we're beating anyone. JC, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. Very happy with the result. I think we played so well. I'm going into work today, and I was actually really liking what one of the kids was playing on the on his computer. He was playing the Expressions and KG song. Hilarious. And then his friend replied to him, "Oh, shut up, man! You're Spurs. You got beaten by Palace."
Southampton score.
Big mistake from the defence.
Massive mistake. He's just got to clear that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Go on, JC.
Sorry.
Rudeness. Basically, this one guy was laughing at another Arsenal fan. He said, "Shut up, you're Spurs. You got beat by Palace." So I was sitting there going, "Ooh, that is bars."
Trevor, how's it going?
Yeah, great. I just think about what you said earlier. They might have put the B side out, but the A side still lost 19 times this year, innit? We just made it number 20, didn't we? But honestly, fantastic yesterday. I know we'll talk about it a bit more later, but yeah, absolutely fabulous day out. Played so well. Really proud of the boys. You know, great setup for Saturday now, isn't it?
100%. And the only reason I mentioned about this whole B side thing is that's the narrative that's trying to be spun.
Yeah.
You know, they made changes. We don't care. We were brilliant, you know, and that's where the focus should be, you know. But first things first, I do want to give you both a round of applause because the duck has been broken.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
A win at the London Stadium. I feel a little bit better now because I know obviously last year was my first time there and we lost as well. So
yeah.
The duck's over. So if I turn up to that stadium and we lose again, I'm giving myself a permanent ban. Southampton in again.
Was that nearly an own goal, wasn't it?
Nearly an own goal, yeah.
Oh, they're still on the attack, Southampton, and another clearance. Oh, Palace have been, for the first 30 minutes, Palace have been a better side, but the last
all over them, yeah.
3-4 minutes, Southampton have got a goal, which is one of our mistakes, and now they're just getting camped in our box now, and they're through again.
Another chance.
Keeper saved it.
Jeez. Ropey business. But anyway, back to Spurs.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, where do I begin? Like the disallowed goals.
I think we start with the first. How about the first disallowed goal?
Yeah,
I think that's a good place to start, isn't it?
How was that offside?
Right,
the offside one. Yeah.
Here's why. I understand it. I'm not saying I'm happy with it totally, but I understand it. They made it a rule where for handballs is up to the sleeve. Now anything below the sleeve is a handball, and so that now also counts as you can score from it and stuff. So when they've done the obviously semi-automatics, which I think is very helpful, that part of Mateta's arm strays offside because he technically can still benefit from it. It's still stupid because his feet are in his own half, you know. But that's why I say I can understand it. I think they're going to look at that. I'm glad it's happened. I'm glad it's not in a game where it's cost us anything major. But at least it's something now. It's a talking point which they'll probably look at going forward. So I'm just happy it's happened. What's your thoughts on it?
I'll go completely opposite. I don't get that Mateta's got both feet in the Palace half. He's leading. Okay, he's leading. I get that completely. But when you look at, I think it was Jed Spence who's playing, who was the last man, who's got his whole body 2 feet in his own half, standing up straight with his, obviously with his shoulders that width. How can Mateta lean that far over with his feet in the other half and not fall over and still be off? I don't get it. I think it's a shocking decision. Personally,
JC.
I mean, if we take a look here, yeah,
he got evidence.
All I'm gonna say is, even revolving around Crystal Palace, there's a lot of controversy. So, Rich, remember what you said? You said you can score with that part of your shoulder, yeah?
That's according to their rule book now, yeah.
Okay, well, according to the rule book, if that's the case, fine. But if you do remember and think back a few years to when Mamadou Sakho scored against Aston Villa with that part of his shirt and VAR ruled it out for handball, how does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
that's the issue. They keep changing. They're changing the rules.
And another thing that I would like to know: every other league in the world that uses VAR, whether it's like this, or whether it's semi-automatic like this, or whether it's like how they do it in La Liga, where they actually get the people doing it and doing all the clicking. How comes this is the only league in the world where you're not in line with it and you're looking at it on an angle? That don't make no sense to me personally. Also, if you actually look at the actual image of the game playing and not the VAR stock image, it looks even more onside, in my opinion, because you can see that Spence has got 2 feet and his shoulders in his own half.
Yeah.
When Mateta's feet are fully in his own half. Like, yes, he might be leaning that far, but Mateta's not running that way. He's running down the line and then he turns. So I highly doubt he's leaning that much. But it's one of those ones where I don't know why it's given, and I'm sure the offside rule was never introduced to stop that. That was stopped to stop people from goal hanging in the box. It was never to stop people from running from the halfway line.
Yeah.
And then the other argument comes in and says, is it a clear and obvious error? I don't know about you, but I don't think the linesman got that wrong when he didn't flag it.
I think offside is offside, isn't it? There's no obvious error. It's black and white.
Also, and another thing about VAR, which just vexes me as well. Since when was on in line offside? In line is onside. It always has been, always will be. But now, if you've got, I haven't cut my toenails in a while. Oh, I'm offside now. Like, don't make sense. It is what it is.
I mean, I believe that this happening is good for the future of the game, because I reckon this example will be used to be like, is this actually offside? Do we need to tweak the rules a bit? I'm just happy, like I said, it hasn't happened against us in a major game. Now, look, let's be honest. Let's just say if, hypothetically, City scored a goal like that on Saturday and it gets disallowed, we're all jumping for joy. So we've got to take, obviously, it's like checks and balances. We've got to take both sides of it. But I think they just need to get it right. And look, we've asked for technology. This is so much better than the lines, by the way. The lines are horrible. They're never straight. So at least we've got...
It's hilarious because with the lines,
we score, it's a goal. So, look, we just see how it goes forward. Like I said, it didn't affect us in the long run because we're brilliant.
I think that's gone. I think to be fair, I think that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you can't. I mean, at best, I would say it's in line, but I still don't get how Jed Spence can stand in his own half and still be and Mateta,
He's
because
offside, yeah.
he would have just fallen over. He'd leaned over so far, and he'd just fallen over, surely. But there you go.
No, absolutely, that's spot on. The fact that Mateta's technically in his own half and Jed Spence isn't, it's mad that he's offside.
Exactly, it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. But hey, we had another Disallowed goal. This is another one where I had to look at it a few times because I wasn't sure which part of Mark it hit, you know. But they said it's hit his arm. It looked like it hit his shoulder. Caleb Kapora,
Just crapping around the box. Oh,
and wasted.
yeah.
But looking back at it, if it has hit his arm, what can you say? What can you say? It's obviously changed the trajectory of the ball and got in. What's your thoughts on the second one? Mark Gay.
Chairman, you go first.
Do you know, honestly, I watched the highlights on YouTube. I stayed up and watched Match of Day 2, and I still haven't seen it. And that's the first actual still have actually seen of it. So I can't really comment, but because I've not actually seen it.
Okay. Where does it actually hit?
So he's got his hand up like that as he sort of goes to head it, and Sarr heads it from behind him, and it comes behind his head, and then hits his hand, and then goes in.
So it actually hits the hand.
Yeah, it's a handball, isn't it?
Here.
All right, then
yeah.
No
So
complaints.
you can basically see it's very pixelated, but you can see the ball. It goes to hit Mark's hand. You can see where he's got his like little bit of tape on his finger. Sort of hits there and goes in. So it's a handball. It's a handball.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think that's a right decision. We're looking at that picture.
And his hand's up like that. You can clearly see it.
Yeah, it's an unnatural position as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and that.
No, we get that.
And then our actual goal,
Which was also
tried to rule it offside.
I want to say something on that goal as well. Because remember, this all started from a Tottenham goal kick. You know, we've won the initial header, we've managed to retain possession, and what I do like about it is the patience of the side. Because he's gone to Mitchell, he's played it inside to Ebbs, he's then knocked it back to Mark, and we've recycled it round. But then just the awareness of like Hughes passing that ball in quick to Sarr, and Sarr dropping 10 yards deeper, him flicking it round the corner, Mateta first touch into Munoz. Munoz thinking this time, let me cut across him. And I do not want to downplay how great a pass Munoz's pass is to Ebbs. I've watched that on repeat because he sold about 3 of their players.
And he's rolled it nicely as well.
Yeah, he sold 3 of their players at the mad dummy by faking to shoot and just the most subtle of passes. Now, listen, I tweeted this out. Ebbs, you need to giggle every time you score. That celebration and seeing the Spurs fans react to it was absolutely hilarious. He's laughing at us.
Exactly. As expressions, wasn't it?
He throws it and he's just like this. I love it. I actually love it. What a celebration. But a well-deserved goal, you know. And that was 1-0.
It was to be fair, obviously Ebbs was going to get the glory because he tapped it in. But as you said, I think the whole awareness of the team for everyone to shift out of their position to make space for someone else. This is something we've been calling for Crystal Palace to do. Just move off the ball and take some initiative. And Hughes takes the initiative to pick up a position in the right back. You're thinking, hold up, what's he doing? Because you've got Richards actually on the wing at the halfway spot, and then you've got Munoz even further ahead of him. So you're thinking, hold on, our centre back and our right back are all down the wing. What's happening here? Drops in, nice little pass in there to Sarr. But I think if you're going to talk about a pass, Rich, yes, I think that Munoz's pass was great. But I think a pass, first time to whip it round the corner and also to get it onto Munoz so he's in his stride already. Jed Spence was nowhere to be found. Even Bentancur was the one chasing him. It wasn't even the left back. Jed Spence was, I don't know where he was. But yeah, like even Munoz's run, like he sort of ducked his body in the way of Bentancur a little bit. So if he fouled him, it's potentially a red card. It's a goal scoring opportunity. So he did really well just to lay it off, and Evans just tapped it in. So I think it's a whole team goal there, really.
It was.
It'd be nice to see if
it
everyone
kinda-
touched the ball, apart from Henderson, before the ball in the
Yeah.
winning net.
100%. And we've had a few of those goals on the Glasgow where it's just patiently building up from left to right. Look at Liverpool at Anfield last year. Patiently just building left, side on the right, move to the left, and just knocking it. And yeah, no, great goal all round.
I think it was the first time passing. I think you're right. I think it was the Mateta sweep down to Munoz. Obviously, Jed spent, because they showed this on the Match of Day 2 last night. Actually, they did it. They analysed Jed Spence's basic game. It was horrific. He was completely. But then Bentancur had to come out of midfield and chase him back. But what it was the weight of the ball from Mateta into Munoz. He didn't have to break a stride at all. He just ran straight onto it. And of course, what he did was he sort of, if you watch it quite closely, when he got into the box, he sort of took a little step to his left, very small one, to look like he was going to shoot near post. And I think the keeper saw that, and then he sort of crossed it back to Ebbs, who had the easiest touch in the world. It's a fantastic goal. It really was.
And another player I want to give credit to as well is Mitchell, because he was bursting down as well, just in case. Like he was really busting his gut to make it. So we had two options in the back post.
Didn't Mitchell actually have a shot? He had like a chance, didn't he? Which he missed with his right foot again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
I think he might have done actually. We had so many. I think we had 16 shots in the first half alone, didn't we?
No, absolutely.
So it's hard to say, really, unless you watch it all back again.
No, exactly that. Right, let's get through some comments and we'll discuss the second half.
Pure comments are big up everyone. Tim saying, is this also going to double as a watch along? Oh, it sounds like it. I'm the only one not watching it, clearly. Big up Animal. Terrible defending there. Big up, a stream of Rich interrupted by yelling what's happening in the academy game. Chairman's joining in as well.
Oh, yeah,
Animal says never offside. That offside is completely bonkers. Al says we have the technology. Yeah, it's rubbish though, isn't it? When Kunisevsky had to come off, was apparently they were absolutely clueless. Nobody wanted to step up, claim their place in the side.
Good
Complete
point.
opposite of the Palace women. Our central midfield wanted to prove a point. To be fair, they were rubbish even when Kunisevsky was on the pitch, and they were just as bad when he came off for Mikey Moore.
But it's mad how, like, obviously, it's one of two things. It's either they've gone onto the pitch knowing, the gaffer's made 11 changes here. Not 11 because obviously Porro played. We're clearly not favoured for the final, or it's a sense of they could have give your gaffer a decision to make. Because look, Lerman Hughes yesterday, I'm thinking, they've given Glasner a decision to make.
I mean, to be fair, for those guys, I think it's completely different because you've got the potential. I don't want to jinx it or talk about it too much. But there is potential that Adam Wharton doesn't play. So they're both fighting for that one spot next to Kamada, really, aren't they? So depending on what happens, there could be a change in our starting 11. But, says, DJC, as you predicted a Spurs win, I'll have to give you another shot. I mean, every time I predicted us to lose, we've won.
Reverse psychology.
Does this mean that I need to predict a City win? I rather these be decided on automated offside rather than big clubs getting the calls. Yeah, that's true. Animal's not happy. As long as the computer says off, it's fine. VAR's biased because JP is lanky and a baller. Spirit of offside, remote playing here. Inline should always mean on the attacker side. Munoz had one of his 11 out of 10 games. Big up Jesper. Man, the match was Richards for me. He was great. And also the whole fan base chanting the USA was hilarious. Because the second Matt Turner came over, everyone just was quiet.
He was laughing, wasn't he? He was taking a throw in, wasn't he, Chris Richards? And everyone started going USA, and he started laughing, didn't they? Yeah. So
First disallowed goal deserves serious credit. Yeah, we just spoken through that. American bias coming in here. I'm watching this in school in California. Focus on your work. Watch this after.
Stay in school.
All says, don't predict a City win means we'll lose this time. Big up Winter, big up everyone. Buzz for the result up the Palace. Bring on Saturday.
100%.
Second half.
And after the second half, I want to discuss about some tactical things that I've noticed Glasgow's done as well. I mean, we could have just scored so many more goals. That's all it was. You think of Mateta's chance. Could he have maybe rolled it to Ebbs? But he had the shot. Kingsley had to make quite a few saves, to be fair to him.
I don't think he could have rolled it personally. But there you go.
Yeah, but the goal that we did score very early in the second half of Wolves, which makes a change because we're normally the team that concedes at the end of one half or the beginning of the other. So to get goals on both the end and the start of the halves was really good. But once again, Ebbs is right now, like his confidence is just sky high. You know, he's playing at his own pace, but it's still quick, you know. And the weight of pass outside the boot, and I believe JC mentioned it, Adam Wharton-esque, you know, to Sarr. Now, granted, Sarr rode a little bit of luck because I think he was trying to cross it over to Mateta, and it obviously Jed Spence had got the block in, but then obviously the vision to be able to see Eze, and he slots it home. I'm going to talk about Eze in that tactical essence in the bar as well, but I think it was just a great goal around, to be honest. Chairman?
Yeah, again, remember this second goal came from right at the start of the 2 minutes into the second half, and it came from a Tottenham corner. So there was obviously they've had a bit of a rollick in at half time. So they've come out sort of a bit fiery. They've got up out of the corner. But as you say, the corner ricocheted away. The weight of pass from Eze to Sarr, you know. But then you've got to also say that when Sarr then rolled the ball back into Eze, where was the Tottenham? They've just given up, haven't they?
Yeah.
Literally given up. And the guy was about 10
funny.
yards behind him.
It's funny because when you watch it, Archie Gray was following Ebbs when he had the ball, but the second that Ebbs passed the ball, Archie Gray just sort of slowed down and Ebbs kept going. And then literally when you watched it back, Ebbs cleared about 20 yards from Gray. Bear in mind that Gray was probably a little bit in front of him when he actually had the ball. So you're thinking just that little bit more intensity that we were showing and the will to win. I think that's what won it for us, and that's what definitely got us that goal. Obviously, a little bit of luck with Sarr crossing the ball, it bouncing off of Spence and going straight back to Sarr again. But to be fair, that's some of the luck that we've been dying for.
We deserve it.
We haven't had that kind of luck all season, so it's a good thing that it's turning around a little bit. But yeah, nicely rolled it with his left foot, and Ebbs just slotted it home first time. It was a much more controlled finish and probably a harder finish than the first goal, but both goals were very similar.
No, absolutely. And it's good that we're getting into positions where we can get tap-ins at the back post. You know, it's like repetitive. It's almost like that's our style. Getting down the right-hand side, whip it across the box, get a tap-in at the back post. Because of time, let's just talk about the one other noticeable missed chance.
You can talk about this, Rich.
Edward Nketiah.
Give you some stats, Roy.
Oh, go on.
Go on, do the stats.
Here comes some stats. So, Eddie Nketiah, this season, he has got a grand total of 27 appearances in the Premier League. This is only in the Prem. 1 goal, 1 assist. Okay. XG of 4.83. He has created 2 big chances. So, you know, he's made a nice assist and someone's either scored it or not scored it. But the big chances missed. So these is where he's in front of goal and he's just missed it. Think about Brighton. We did it twice. Think about this game.
West
Think
Ham.
about Fulham. Think about West Ham. He's missed 10 big chances this season.
Wow.
In this game, it was the ball got laid into him from Mark, and he was miles
What
onside.
a pass, by the way.
Can I say how onside he was? Whereas in the stadium, I thought he is so offside. But what a pass! Sort of lifted it round the corner. He ran onto it. He took one touch and shot. I don't think he even looked up.
He
was
needed
so
to take a
far
second
out
touch.
where he had so many options there. The keeper was already on his way out. He could have lifted it. He could have gone around the keeper. He opened his body up to go far post so early, and you're thinking, okay, one, if you're going to do that, you got to whack it. You got to have it so it curls outside of the keeper's reach and curls back in, or you set yourself up like that and drag it near post, and you do what you basically did against Fulham and with Leno. But he didn't do either. He sort of set himself up to go far post and never actually hit it far post. Not enough power on it. Bad decision making once again in front of goal. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah. This is not me playing devil's advocate, by the way, because his finish has been shocking. But to be able to miss 10 big chances means he has got himself in good positions. That's the only glimmer of hope. But my gosh, 10 big, that means we've created 10 big chances for him. Or he's created a chance for himself. 10. That's a lot.
I mean, my one glimmer of hope here is it's a reach. It's a big reach. But these are the kind of stats that Nketiah was putting up a few years ago.
Yeah, 100%. That's true.
I mean, I totally agree. My opinion is, I think the problem is maybe the transfer fees weighing him down a bit, because obviously £30 million, we're all expecting a lot more, and really similar to Kamada as well, and he didn't cost us nothing, but 105 grand a week. We're all expecting a bit more, and obviously these things take time. He's still quite young, and I do agree that. You've got to be in their positions in the first place. I know he's missed them, but he's got himself into 10 great positions. And bearing in mind, we're only talking about the last probably 10 minutes of most games anyway, isn't it? I know it's not like he's starting. But it probably goes back to Brighton, I think. Brighton away, when he was through 1-on-1, and he could have done so many things, and it was just a poor choice. I think, in fact, would have gone in. I think maybe you might find his season would have turned out a whole lot different, because it would have given him the confidence. Because, as you said, when he should be chipping it, he's stroking it. When he should be trying to pass into the corner, he should be chipping it. It's just decision making. That's the problem. Yeah. But at Fulham in the quarterfinal, he made the right decision, and it paid off.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to say about him, my God, he does work hard, though.
He does, yeah. No question about it. Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah does work hard. So, and that's what I'm saying about him getting in those positions. That's the glimmer of hope there. He works hard to get into those positions.
I think in a weird way, he is sort of similar to Nketiah. And I say that with this context attached to it. When he scored, and yes, I'm looking into the cup and I'm looking into the Villa game, it's very instinctive finishes.
Yeah.
Whereas every single time he's had time to think about it, he fluffs his lines.
He is a fox in a box striker.
And who is exactly that? Nketiah. If you give him time to think about his goal, he's got no idea. But if you just randomly go, drop the ball, score that, you go top corner.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I think he comes good. I think he will come good for us. I know it's 30 million, I know it. But now that we've spoken about it a bit more, and we given those stats, and I think his all-round game, I'm not mad at. We're just mad at him just not converting the chances.
His energy and his running for the team, you can't deny it, can you?
Yeah.
And he puts himself. I know he sort of. I mean, we were when he came on yesterday, we were still sort of lumping up to Nketiah, and he will struggle sort of physically and in the air, but you can't deny his work rate, his work ethic,
and he wins so many fouls as well.
I just think if you look at one of the messages from Elliot, I think is when he says he's better than Edouard or Conor Wickham. Well, yeah, Conor Wickham, I get that, but Edouard was a really good finisher. He just didn't have the work ethic that Eddie Nketiah's got, and that's the problem. I think if Eddie Nketiah had Edouard's finishing, vice versa, Edouard had Eddie Nketiah's work ethic, it'd have been totally different.
On that note, I reckon it's easier to improve your finishing than it is to increase your work rate.
Absolutely. You've got to want to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go through a few more comments. We have dropped the link if anyone wants to jump in and have their say. But I do want to discuss the reason why I think Ebbs is playing so much better. It's all tactical stuff.
Ebbs cut in line with that Hughes pass, freed Munoz for the first goal, and same thing for City at home this year. Ruben Diaz did a madness. And
What a volley!
Got clowned for it.
He's so stupid.
I didn't see it. What did he do?
He was complaining against Southampton. Oh,
well, because their tactics.
He basically said they're anti-football. They don't play football
they don't
properly.
Play. They didn't even want to attack us. You're Manchester City, and they've got 11 points. Of course, they're not going to go out and attack.
Big up Tim Davis says we need to give the manager a new contract.
ASAP.
I think that's really the most important thing that you can do in the summer. Give him a new contract.
Totally agree with you. I think we could get away and lose probably anybody else, but losing Glasner would be an absolute. It would destroy the team, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Hypothetical. Are you ready for this?
Oh gosh.
Mateta and Wharton go, but Glasner stays, or Glasner goes, but everyone stays.
You got to keep Glasner.
Yeah, you have to,
because you get decent money.
Yeah,
you get decent money for the other two.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if someone offers us 25, 30 million compensation for Glasner, it's still not enough, is it?
Yeah.
What he has done in a year and a half is incredible. And, you're looking, not only that he's a good manager, you can see that, but just look at the players. They're playing for themselves and playing for each other. They're playing as a team. Everyone knows we're tactically so much better, aren't we? Everyone knows what they're doing. It's solid. We can't be broken down. So, we have to give them a decent contract. Make it so he can't be taken away.
100%. Right. Big up, Tim. I'm going to say I'm going to say my tactical analysis, and then we're going to get into it.
Tactical all over again.
Right.
Tomorrow.
Here's what my reasoning as to why Ebbs is flourishing right now. 2 factors. Factor number 1, Tyreek Mitchell. He's a lot more braver with the ball. He's higher up the field. Still needs to work on his crossing, by the way. But he is high up the field. He's trying to dribble with the ball now, all of a sudden. But his starting position is so much higher, which takes a player away from the space Ebbs needs to be. The second reason, and the most important reason, and why I think this player should be in contention for player of the season, is that players are so scared of Ismail Assar.
What, leaving Eze alone, you mean?
Yeah. Have you noticed? He just now starts drifting into areas. Villa, they're worried about Sarr, so he just drifts into the edge of the box. Yesterday, just drifted. Like they're thinking, we can't do with the pace. And what also helps is Munoz as well. So it's like Sarr and Munoz are doing a madness. It's like they're doing that. And Ebbs is just like, oh, I'm on the 300 edge of the box. So those were the 2 things. And it's credit to Glasner, because what he's been able to do with Mitchell has shown why we don't need Chilwell. It sounds mad, but the fact that Mitchell, before, everything was passing backwards. Now he's looking forward, passing forward. And that subtle difference is why I believe Ebbs is thriving at the moment.
But don't you think, Rich, that I've got to say, and I think JC will back me up on this as well, Chilwell played really well when he came on yesterday, and it could be that Chilwell's coming into the club has actually made Mitchell a better player.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
No, that's 100%.
Yeah, I think Chilwell, in my opinion, from what you can see of how Chilwell used to play at Chelsea and how he used to play at Leicester. He was a beast on that left-hand side. He dribbled people. Really good, and I think that it's harsh because Chilwell is a very good player, but he's just not got much game time this year.
Yeah.
But I think that's because there must be a little bit in training where Mitchell's going, well, he's doing that, and I've never done that before. So let me try that in training and found out, I can actually dribble. Because I don't know about you, but I remember when Mitchell was in the youth team and he played like Caleb Kapora. But then the second he came into the first team, he was stuck with Roy Hodgson saying, you have to defend, you do nothing other than defend, just block, 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 and pass to Ebbs, and then just let him get on with it. But now he sort of found his own confidence back again. And as you said, he started to dribble now. And ever since Glasner came in, and even we saw little elements of it with Vieira, because he'd actually get up the pitch and score a few goals. And, now that he's sort of got a license to do that, and then also with a little bit of mentoring from Chilwell on top of that, maybe, he's just giving him a whole leaf of confidence, and he's actually comfortable on the ball now. But I do think that, for me, the Ebbs thing has come to Glasner's I think he's taken the passing trust away from him and given it to Hughes and Wharton. Yeah. Because Ebbs don't drop back.
And also the back line. Their passing, like even Richards, his passing through the lines has improved drastically. So like you said, it doesn't mean that, and I think Animal said it as well, Ebbs is no longer having to drop into his own half to pick up the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where all three of our centre-backs, granted they do misplace a few, that happens in football, but they are all trusted to get that ball through the lines and forward quickly.
Also, a bit of an unsung hero. I know Chairman will back me up on this, and probably Tim as well, because of USA. But how good was Richards yesterday?
Fantastic, wasn't he?
He was great. Although I'll tell you, as much as I want to, I'll get to that rant in a second. I love the way he's playing, but yesterday I thought Mark was titanic. He was unbelievable yesterday. I thought Mark was sensational. Not only was he getting back into positions when we needed him, but the forward passes were it just shows how Mark is world class. He's just feeling it. And I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. But yeah, you're right. Richards has been sensational. He's been better. And for me, it's been one of the joys of the season because I recognize that, at least as far as world football goes, Americans generally are on the outside looking in. So I cannot express how much joy I get from the fact that the football club that I support has an American on the roster who is playing at this kind of level. It is just
well done, Matt Turner.
Mind-blowingly awesome. It's been great. It's been great to watch him. But yeah,
I just want to touch on the factor you said about Mark Gay, and I guess we'll talk about it more later in the week when we do the preview. But he was missing for that City game as well. Granted, City have had players come back as well, so it is a balance here. But I think it would help defensively settle us because Mark is back against City.
Sorry, just remind me, was the City away game after Mark and somebody else got sent off, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Eddie.
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
No Mark, no Eddie.
That's right, yeah.
No Mark.
So we had Lerma playing left centre back.
Yeah. And his passing that game, unfortunately, was so bad. It was just putting us back under pressure constantly. Hit it.
I don't know what they're doing, Rich.
They're overplaying.
That's right, yeah.
That's very frustrating. We just quickly, just on the point that you made about Ebbs, I do think all the things you mentioned are right, but I think that, and this is my question for you all, because one of the other joys of this season is now I feel like I could name 4 or 5 players who at least deserve a mention for player of the season. It's incredible. And you know what? I mean, at the beginning of the season, Glasner reminded all of us that he's a team guy. He doesn't like singling out any single player. And that is manifest in the way the team is playing right now. But I think the thing that really has freed up Ebbs, Rich, is that the right side of attack is it's not just Sarr. The right side.
Oh, Palace scored.
Yes, get in.
There we go.
1-0.
I think
it's Ola.
It's a deflection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I've got to put the game on now because I feel left out.
Let me see let me just see this really quickly. So is that Ume? Ume drops the ball in.
I don't think it was a defender. Oh. Keeper much help.
Yeah.
Own goal.
Yeah, I think it is an own goal. But I think just the right-sided attack is so lethal right now that it just creates. This is what I think I've been seeing more of. The cutback ball is there, and Ebbs is coming right into that cutback ball over and over and over again because you can't leave Munoz alone and you can't leave Sarr alone. And that is, I mean, that is just gravy for Ebbs. He's loving loving life. And you saw it yesterday. It was yesterday, wasn't it? When he points to Sarr and then he came over and he hugs him really tight.
Yeah.
And he's just, you could see that relationship has really blossomed.
And this is why I also said Mitchell's forward running helps as well, because it takes
course it
another
does.
player
Yeah.
away. So Ebbs is literally standing 6-yard box. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't think that anyone really got it, but after Ebbs did his celebration, all the players, they started pointing at. Everyone was pointing at Sarr, and then even after that, then Sarr actually gave it a big cheer to the fans, thinking, like, this
That's a
guy
second
was,
goal, wasn't it?
this guy, yeah, and then just thinking, this guy was so miserable at Watford, and now look at him.
Yeah, honestly.
What Ben Foster said in his podcast was right. If you keep him in a good mood, he's a world-class player, and you know,
Player of the season is going to be. It's so funny because obviously initially
Here's
we're
my
looking at
question, Rich. Does Munoz get in the conversation?
Munoz and Sarr.
I mean, I think Sarr might.
Sarr's making
win
a
it,
late charge,
but Sarr might win it. But Munoz, he has to be in the conversation now, surely.
Because beginning of the season, you're looking at Mateta, Hughes, Henderson,
key moment,
and Lacroix, and now you're looking at Munoz, Ebbs, and Sarr.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, JC. What's he on now? He's got to be on 5-6 goals and 8 or 9 assists now. He's got to be. He's from a right back position.
Yeah.
Don't know Munoz.
Munoz got 6 league goals, I think.
Let me
6
check.
goals. Sorry.
Let me check for you.
Munoz has been the most. Is he? If he's not the most productive right back in the Premier League, he's at least top 3, surely.
I think so.
So in the Premier League, he's got 4 goals, 6 assists. In the FA Cup, he's got 2 goals. In the Carabao Cup, he's got 1 assist. So he's got total 6 goals, 7 assists as a right back.
I mean,
incredible, isn't it?
That's
incredible.
Madness.
And, sorry, JC, one more. What about Sarr then? What's he on at the moment?
Let's find out.
Because I have no idea who I'd vote for player of the season at the moment, I must admit.
It's so hard, isn't it?
It really is. What a choice we have. That's incredible.
I mean, Rich, remember what you said about Mateta? If he gets 15 goals, you're giving it to him. I mean, he's only 1 goal off.
Yeah. But
do you still stand by that?
I didn't expect this late charge.
Okay, so Ismail Assar in the Premier League has got 7 goals, 6 assists. In the Cup, he's got 3 goals, 1 assist. So he's on 10 goals, 7 assists. So overall, all comps, 11 goals, 7 assists for Ismail Assar.
It's like Zaha sort of numbers, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah. And multiple players on Zaha-like numbers.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've got Ebbs picking up, was it 20? I think that's his 24th goal contribution this season.
Yeah. And JP's on 14 in
JP's
Prem
on
alone,
14 Prem goals.
But what's he on all
one? I know he's only got 1 assist. Let me check Mateta's for you real quick.
He has a bunch if you add in all competitions.
So Nketiah in the league has got 14 goals, 2 assists, so he must have got an assist in this game. So 14 and 2, 14 and 3, 17 goals, 4 assists for Nketiah.
So that's 21 in all competitions.
There's
You
only
have 2
three-
players now
Wow.
over 20 in all competitions.
That's incredible.
When is the last time that happened? Here's another one. When is
I don't
the
think it's ever
last?
happened for us apart
Nah,
from the
not at all.
championship.
I think that's probably right. Is there a Premier League season in which, counting them all, or maybe just say all first division seasons, where Palace have won in all competitions at least 20 games? Because that's where we're at now. Won 20 games.
I didn't know that. I must admit.
Never.
I mean,
And to top the all, we're 12th.
I know. Have we actually this year? Have we actually won more games we lost now? I think we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
12,
it's
11 now,
20.
isn't it?
It's 20, 13, and 12. All competitions, 20, 13, and 12.
Yeah. Because at one stage
20
we were
wins.
11, 11, 11, but then we've
That's
won a
right,
few
yeah.
games.
That's
so.
right. So it's 44% win percentage, 20, 13, and 12. So we've had more wins than losses, more draws than losses, and a 44% win percentage. We've been
So good.
Glasner has been out. I mean, he's completely changed this side.
So you put that 44% win percentage into the first 8 games and we did nothing.
Oh my
Right.
god.
And now you're looking at top probably 6 or 7 now, aren't you? Maybe even 6.
I mean, there's an argument there to say that, there could be 2 Forests up there. There could be a Palace and a Forest up there.
Absolutely. 100%.
And that's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Oh, you should have played.
What is wrong with the lino?
What is that? Did they just give a foul and didn't let him play on?
Yeah.
There was
What
2 people to cut back to there.
Is Sam Barrett
No, but-
refereeing this game?
All right, you know what? Look, the lino's flagged, fair enough. But refs, just play on.
Just play on. Right. Exactly. What the?
Actually, while we're watching that, I saw a great stat today, actually, that if you took the bottom 3 teams out of the league and took all their results out, Tottenham would be relegated.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
By the way, can we just two things super quickly? Ruben Diaz, what a tool. What an
He is
absolute
so
tool
stupid.
for
He is, yeah.
those comments. But second, I asked a Spurs, coworker, like in our football chat here at work, like, how does anybody think that was okay? Nobody played for any, and we had
they
some
were so bad.
moron in the watch along yesterday just bantering. And I asked him, I put him on the spot. I said, okay, fine. You want to banter about this? I'm game. I know what this is all about. How do you defend your team playing like this? And there's no answer. Like, I just don't understand. How can you, of all of the Spurs players yesterday, the only one who seemed to give half of a crap was Mikey Moore. I'm not saying he was great, but he's a youth player that at least was running. Nobody else was running.
I must admit, I didn't see anything. I noticed the BBC gave Ebbs man of the match with a 9 out of 10 and everybody else 8. And the highest Tottenham player got a 3. So, and it went down from there. So
You know what? That's deserved. They didn't
know it
do
is.
anything.
Pretty accurate, yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing that I did see when I was watching a lot of Spurs channels. They were so critical of Son. They said he couldn't have cared less on that pitch.
Yeah.
And has there been a bigger fall off of a player since their partner left? And really, ever since Harry Kane's gone, I haven't heard anyone even mention Heung-min Son's name.
Yeah.
But we need to do Tim's favourite thing because he joined too early.
Oh, no.
he joined too early, didn't he?
Joined too early, Tim.
Oh, no.
So if you want, we can put you in the background.
No. I'll do it. I'll do it because I think this one is fairly easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll just go Rich. So we'll go down the panel. So Rich, myself, Chairman, and then Tim. I'll just say the names,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there. So Hendo,
I'll give him a 7 for a clean sheet. He didn't have anything to do.
1 shot on target ahead.
Yeah. And that's no criticism of Henderson. Just didn't have anything to do.
I give Mitchell 8. I thought that clean sheet, getting down the wing, much better on the ball. Bit more of that, and you move up a few more spaces. Mark Gay,
9. Superb. He's an absolute Rolls Royce of a player.
If you didn't handball it,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Maxence Lacroix,
8. I mean, he should score that goal, but Mark is in the way. But terrific performance.
Chris Richards.
9 for me. Thought it was brilliant.
Quick one here at Chris Richards. Obviously, a big hypothetical once again. If we played Richards this whole season and not Chalobah, do you think that we challenge Forest for the clean sheet record?
Maybe.
Possibly.
That's a point.
I
Because I
don't
do
think.
remember that Chalobah was
He had a big
at fault
mistake in
for quite a
every
few
game.
goals.
Yeah.
One thing about Chalobah is that he had a goal in him, didn't he? Which I don't
He
think
did.
Richards got.
He scored 3 goals, didn't he?
That's right, yeah.
In half a season.
Mm.
I don't know where else you could put Daniel Munoz, really. He was unbelievable for the assist that he gave to Ebbs in the first half. Also, he did that exact same run about a minute before and hit the crossbar, so a little bit unlucky there. But you know what? Just being in that position and shooting and doing what he did, amazing. 11 out of 10 if I could give him one.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
Jefferson Lerma.
Do you know something? I think he did okay. I think I'm going to give him a 7. I think he did very well. I don't think he was really pressured by the Tottenham midfield, to be honest with you, who really couldn't give a crap. But no, I think he plays well, 7.
Will Hughes.
I love Hughesy. I would also say 7. He was. They were very industrious and they bossed that midfield. It's great to see him back. I like Hughesy a lot, and he makes some late interceptions that really just killed the game. Yeah, 7.
Do you think that the reason why these two are getting a slightly lower score is because they didn't really have any other midfielders to play against?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to look at heading into the match. We were just looking like, I kind of favor Hughes and Lerma here. I think they might boss this, and sure enough, they did.
100%. Ebbs.
10.
Yeah,
He was brilliant. He was brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
Ismail Assar.
Oh, I would say on that actually, even if he didn't score any goals, even if he got just 1 goal, just for him laughing in the celebration, it's a 10. I need that to stick. It's just so funny.
Ismail Assar, I'll give him a 9. I think that he worked really hard. He was dropping into good pockets, passing the ball off. His first touch was really good. He'd drop in deep, take a touch, turn and pass it on really quickly. And also, even though the goal was offside, he took it really well. He took the goal really, really well. And then finally, to round out the starting 11 is JP.
I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he didn't score, obviously, but he gave their defenders a torrid time. He didn't really get a chance, did he, to score himself? No, he did. I take it back. He did 1 chance. It was a great save from the keeper. But yeah, he gave their defenders a torrid time. But yeah, solid 8. Yeah.
Onto the bench, our first sub was Ben Chilwell.
It's not me. Sorry, go on, Tim.
It's Tim, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was quite good. I'm going to give him a 7 because I think he was. I thought he was good. I mean, he came on and what did he have? 30, 40 minutes. He was enterprising. He was getting forward. He takes a pretty nice shot as well. So yeah, 7.
Daichi.
That's you, Rich.
I'll go 6. Yeah. Because there's only one player that's going to get less than him.
And who's got that, I wonder? JC.
I mean,
2 more. Who's that? Romain Esse?
Romain Esse is the one.
No, yeah. So this is Nketiah now.
Okay.
He got into good situations. He ran a lot. Wasn't on for too long, but I think as a striker, taking the value out of it completely. As a striker, you need to be doing better with that chance. I'm giving him a 3. Finally, Romain Esse.
Yeah, I think it's a very similar thing. I thought, obviously we were defending we were attacking the end of the supporters' match. We had quite a good view of what he was doing. I think it's about decision making, isn't it? And obviously, that's not totally his fault. Obviously, because he hasn't played that many games, but it was okay. He didn't give the ball away, but when he should be taking players on, he didn't. So 6 for me, yeah.
Finally, Tim Glass. Oh no, Tim, you get Dustin Devaney.
Oh yeah, he came on.
Oh
didn't he?
yes, Justin Devaney. 5. I mean, he was standard 5. He was fine. He gets energy, putting himself about 5.
I think because Devaney was only on for about 20 seconds, then you also get Glasner.
If I could give him an 11, I'd give him an 11. He is and not this is a rating less for the tactics, which I thought were absolutely right. It's more for the way. Wow, great save by Molden there. The just the way that he has set this team up going into the FA Cup final weekend, he's got it exactly spot on. He's got the team believing. He's got a lineup that we all believe in. They're all playing together. They look in sync. Superb. What a manager. If we can lift the cup, he's undisputably greatest, I think. I mean, it seems like I don't know who you'd put above him. Let me say that.
No, absolutely. Just quickly on that, JC and Chairman, what would you give the fans?
I think because of how hot it was
roasting.
I don't think the fans gave it 100% because there were a few people that actually fainted because of how hot it was.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
was
we saw
quite,
that, yeah.
which was quite. I wouldn't say scary, but it was quite concerning. Like she had stewards coming into the crowd, like pulling people out because they were gone.
Yeah.
So I think bearing that in mind, it was so hot. Just standing there was a struggle, but people were still making noise. I don't know if you saw the title, but there was a new song that came out, and it was Tottenham Ole Ole.
Appropriate.
And
I think actually, so one more score. How Tottenham Hotspur, wonderful stadium it is, beautiful stadium.
It didn't make a single noise.
Well, apart from they were absolutely awful, yeah. But how can you have a bar that only sells one kind of lager? That's it. If you had Heineken or you didn't drink, that was it.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
You only had one kind of lager, which is we went to the bar and you said, "What can I have?"
Don't die.
You can have a Heineken, which is like
I'm not even sure I heard that correctly.
Yeah, or you can have Heineken. That's it. And
no, you can have Heineken, water, or Coke. That's it.
And what they had was they got this
some kind of sponsorship deal. What the hell, man?
And they got this wonderful thing, where you got these plastic glasses where you put them down, it fills up from the bottom. So you ask for a pint, they put a glass on it, fills up from the bottom. They take the glass off, then they tip it into another glass, and then they give you that glass.
I took a video of it on the blog. If you guys,
I did see that. I wasn't sure what the hell that was.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So they put a glass on there, it fills up, and then they get another plastic on and go yoink, and then they put it back down again, and it fills up again. You're thinking, what on earth is going on?
Good Lord.
Because I remember when we went there, and they actually used to give out those cups that would fill up from the bottom. It looks great, but what we did see was when they had those ones that filled up from the bottom, I remember seeing someone in the concourse cheersing someone, and the bottom of the drink fell out, and it was just beer all over the floor.
But I was going to ask, how do they give it if they're filling up from the bottle? There's surely a hole in it.
No, it's a magnet. Right. It's a magnet that comes up, and then as you fill up, as you pull it off, the magnet goes down. But if you lift up and touch the magnet, it disengages and it just drops. So it's so that's well thought out.
There was beer all over the floor, and there were loads of people slipping and sliding all over the place, which was hilarious.
Bloody hell!
They hit the post.
Yeah,
hit the post. Oh, my goodness, I don't know who's on the line there, but that's a hell of a save.
Absolutely.
I did see a comment a little.
Good save from the keeper again.
Jeez, we're getting cut open a little bit here.
I did see a comment a little bit earlier that I wanted to go back to.
Football Heritage?
No, it was Elliot here, and he said at the end of the season, if we get, so I'm just going to add a little bit onto his question. At the end of the season, if we do get into Europe, do we buy Chilwell? Or do we go in for someone like Malik Diop again?
Archie Brown. Surely be cheaper.
Yeah, you don't buy Chilwell.
Chilwell,
It costs too
his
much.
wages are too
Yeah,
much.
Yeah,
yeah.
it costs.
And I don't want to deal with Chelsea anymore. I'm sick
Yeah.
and tired of it.
Yeah, no. What you want is I do like. I mean, we'll talk transfers at some other point, I'm sure. But the chatter about a pre-contract for Bright Osai Samuel, I think, is quite smart business. If it's real, I hope it's real because that's a free transfer. He's played with Ebbs before, played with him at QPR. You need right back and left back cover. He can play both, and he's not young. And what I want is I want
Tell you
Teo
what, he
to.
is rubbish at defending, though. I will say that. I've done a transfer weekly on him in like 3 years in a row. Can't defend.
Yeah. I'm happy Bradford got promoted. Let him just go up with them and
Right.
have another year with them.
Absolutely, but we need to re-sign him. But we're
through again,
got-
Southampton. Oh, Jesus
My
Christ.
goodness,
Yeah, they're all over.
this is crazy.
Palace started off the second half really well, but now Southampton are really turning it
it's
on.
completely changed here, and they are getting into space. God, what the hell?
You got to say, Southampton have got one of the best academies in England, mind you.
Yeah, they do. They
And
have for a long
you think
time.
about some of the players that come out of the Southampton Academy, you'll be shocked.
100%. Yeah, that's true. But I do like that. I'd want to get some players who are like, you want to get cover, but like 26, 27-year-olds, free transfers if you could get them. Maybe
Good
Osai
save.
Samuel can be, trained up on his defending. And then hopefully you get Kapora and you get Teo and you have, I don't know if you've watched Drake's Thomas. That guy is unfreaking believable.
He's a quality player.
And he's 15.
Very good player. So Jesse Derry, thanks. See you later.
Thanks.
Derry, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We've got Mustafa.
Yeah, 100%.
But also someone that you've all forgotten about, Imre.
Yeah,
What about him?
And also
I think he stayed with
Agbenone,
Coventry too
if
long.
he comes back.
Imre. I don't think Agbenone. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Palace in the box again across it. He's over here.
Agbenone got to be making a big
That's
impact at Gillingham, but he hasn't even got in the squad. So, we'll see how that goes.
he played last game. He didn't get a lot of service and much of a chance.
£8 million, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or was it 8 million euros?
No, 8 million euros,
No.
I believe.
So
Yeah,
it
it
was
was-
6
it
and a bit
was
million
six-
pounds.
Yeah, it was £6.9 million with no
That's
add-ons,
ridiculous.
which is just stupid. Which was some of the best business we've ever done.
I wonder if, actually talking about add-ons, I wonder if Palace had an add-on with Michael Elise. I know
Yeah.
we sold him. We did.
Yeah. Plus we have a
Move,
sell-on
man.
fee, something like a 15% sell-on fee. Oh,
I don't think
whoa!
I don't think Bayern Munich want to let him go, would they?
No, they.
Yeah.
I mean,
doubt
let's
it.
be real. If Madrid come calling, he's going.
Oh, we got away with that.
That's very good defending there.
But
What?
Bayern Munich fans have rated him their player of the season. Like
Are they
Is that
really?
true?
they've
voted?
loved. I don't know if officially, but like when you look at like tweets that have gone out, because at least it happens to go be on the timeline, like wherever we look, they're like, "Oh, he's been our best player."
I find it hilarious that they're saying, "Oh, he's gone from Crystal Palace to tearing it up in the Champions League."
That
Telling you he could do this.
I nearly dashed my
It
phone.
is.
I actually nearly dashed my phone. That peed me right off.
We was telling you he's world class for years, and people are only realizing it
Yeah.
now. He's at one of the best teams in the world. But
Yeah.
oh well, that's just how it goes.
We were having this discussion, weren't we, JC? Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday about Palace's best ever player in it? And I know he's in there for like a couple of years, but you've got to throw Elise in there. I sort of think Zahara is, but I think
But what I said to you is Elise is our best ever player,
Mm.
but Zaha was the best player for Palace.
yeah, you're probably right.
That's
Could you
what I
say?
said.
Could you say it that Wilfred was the most influential?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
most talented player. I think that's right. Michael.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
most
I
talented
think he is.
player.
Yeah,
But
His natural talent's crazy.
But I mean, Wilfred is he's got to be up there as amongst the
he dragged us through so many games single handedly,
100%.
didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, that can't be underestimated.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
wasn't it so typical Michael to do a nonchalant trophy lift?
Yeah.
But that all went out the window when he had a cup of beer and he was trying to tip it over Musiala. To be fair though, that looks like great fun. I can't lie.
Nah, they do have a lot of fun. But yeah, all right, let's leave it there. Whew. All roads lead to Wembley now. Oh man, so nervous, so nervous about this game.
I just want to quick say that I went in this for just a bit off topic here, but just for anyone who's watching, I went to the club shop today and had a chat with them about the ticket situation. We did get a couple of thousand less for the final than the semi-final, but not as much as I thought it would be. But if you're a club member now, you can now buy a ticket. There are tickets still going, because I know people have bought at least 6 tickets today who are club members. So if you're on the waiting list and you've got your email, check it, because you can still get tickets. Handbacks and some of the extras are still there. So
Franco is off, and it looks like it might be Marsh who's coming on in his place.
Yeah.
So is this now the under 20 watch along now? Returned. We've changed it.
Yeah.
We're sticking around for 13 minutes. I'll be to do so.
It's only 13 minutes, isn't it?
Right, guys, we've turned this to a watch along.
Hey, JC, have you got it on now?
Yes.
That's right. Then, yeah.
I mean, it's been wide open.
Has been, isn't it?
Yeah.
The both halves have been the same. Palace has started really, really well. When they showed their highlights at half time, how we were not 2 or 3 up. I got to say, I love this game. It's so physical, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no quarter given or arse. They are just flatting each other all the time. And there's no like moaning. They just get up. The referee's playing on. It's a great game to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But undoubtedly, the last 10 minutes, Southampton have come back into it a lot.
Absolutely. Guys, please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new as well. Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So go on then, Tim. If you had to give the player of the season to now, who would you do it to?
Jeez.
I put you right on the spot there, didn't I?
Yeah. So I was originally, let me say who I was originally. I was originally Yuzi because I really thought he had just made such a big difference, particularly during some of the dark moments earlier in the season. His elevated form had pulled us through and in some games. I still think that that assist to Munoz in the City game at Selhurst was just I think that's assist of the season. But I don't think it's Hughes. I'm not sure it's Mateta. So I'm gonna go with Munoz because for me, I feel like, you know what? For me, it's either Munoz, Sarr, or Henderson. All 3 of them could be in it. I'm going to go with Munoz because I think his running, what he has done, has brought, he has brought and created space for Sarr, which Sarr has just blossomed and been unbelievable. Those 2 together have been an amazing weapon that has really defined the second half of this season. But do you know, what is he on now? 11 clean sheets?
Yeah, 11.
I mean,
the
problem is you can't say that and not give credit to the extraordinary work of the back 3. So it's not just Dino. So I'm going to go with Munoz. What about yourself?
Go on, Rich. Yeah, I'll go last. Go on.
I did say Mateta gets 15 goals.
I don't think much is going to change now in people's opinions, isn't it? It's only 2 games to go now, isn't it?
Yeah. But if Mateta doesn't get to 15, only because Hughes hasn't been playing lately, I'll go Lacroix.
Wow.
Yeah,
JC?
Terrific choice as well.
I mean, to be fair, I was I'm indecisive between Henderson and Nketiah, but you also can't not notice how good Mark is. I think because we've had him for a few years now, and he's been as good as he has been for a few years now. It feels like as a fan base, we almost take how good he is for granted a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that goal at Leicester, oh my gosh, like
Oh, what a finish, by the way. Yeah.
what a finish! And also, like Tim said, he's been a part of 11 clean sheets this year.
Yeah.
He's held he's probably won battles against some of the best, most physical strikers in the league. But I think for the impact that he's had since he's come in, I don't know how you can look at anyone but Maxence Lacroix. Because even in the 8 games we were rubbish, he was probably the only standout from the bad times and the good times as well. And as an added bonus, he's taken to the fans and to the club so
Massively,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
massively.
I couldn't
Sure.
look at anyone other than Nketiah, but I think Henderson is a close second for me because there's been many games where we've been rubbish and he's kept us in it.
Yep.
Like the Newcastle game where obviously they didn't have any shots on target. But not that
Crossing by March.
there was what game was
Get a
it?
shot off. Blocked.
Oh, they hit
blocked
each
out.
other.
Yeah, blocked out.
I think there was a game and I think it was like 0-0 and he made save after save after save after save. And then in the second half we went out and we got some goals and won the game. I can't remember, but he's done that a few times for us this year and just kept us in loads of games where really and truly we should have been blown out the water.
Yep. Yeah.
Chairman's going to say Nketiah.
No, I'm not going to sit on the fence here.
Welcome,
at all.
Arda.
But I started off the season being Lacroix, then I went to Hughes, then I went to Sarr, then I went to Hendo, and I got to say, Ebbs has been playing outrageously well the last 5-10 games. But I'm going to stick with, and I've got to say, Lacroix has been brilliant, Munoz has been brilliant. Me personally, it's going to be Henderson, I think, because he has kept us in so many games, and we've got results because of on the back of what he has done. But it could easily be Lacroix, and you can't underestimate Munoz. He must be the best right back in the Premier League. He's had a better season than Trent.
Anyway, in block corner. So
yeah, I would probably go Hendo.
I mean, they gave the right back for team of the season to Ola Aina, didn't they?
Did they really?
he has been good, though.
He is really good. I just need to point
better
out.
than Munoz, though.
I don't think so, but I'm biased.
But that's if you're going by stats, no. If you're going by performances, just about, because Aina has been superb.
Yeah, he has, and look where they are in the table, so that it gives him a slight advantage. But just I want to point something out. Like none of us mentioned him, even in the honorable mention category, and I get why, because it is his early season performances. There were some games where it just wasn't good enough, and he's had a couple of shockers. But Tyreek Mitchell has had a hell of a season.
He has,
and
yeah.
The way that he is ending it is
strong.
I mean, he's been superb.
Yeah.
He is, and this is again credit to the manager. Look at the number of players and the levels that they have achieved going upwards. Certainly, Yuzi is way up there in terms of just massive improvement. Now you have to put Ty in that category too. You have to put Nketiah in that category.
I mean, could you put Sarr in that category as well?
Yeah, I think you do.
He wasn't even getting any game time at Marseille. Like he was literally, he was like Chalobah and Chilwell. He was just cast away to the under-23 squad just to rot the rest of their career out. But now they're killing it in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Man, this game is nervy.
It's so intense.
Yeah, it really is.
Both sides are going for it, though.
Absolutely. So that's 4 of us and had 4 different answers. That's quite good, isn't it?
Yep.
And actually shows
there were 3 different answers. Me and Rich both went Nketiah.
Oh, you went
yeah,
I think you went Nketiah.
Yeah, it says a lot, and that shows the whole team unity. Even just like our goal celebrations. And I know it seems like it's very simple, but they all just go and give high fives.
Yep.
You know, or the Mateta chest bump sort of thing, like that he likes doing. They all do it. Everyone celebrates. If Henderson could run up the field, he would celebrate too.
I knew, yeah.
You know?
I mean, he did for SARS third. At Wembley.
Oh yeah,
He ran the whole length of the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? One of my favorite moments of the season to that point, Rich, is when JP's out and SAR scores. I forget who it was against, but
Ipswich, and he kicks the corner flag.
And he kicks the corner flag. And they're just like, that was, I mean,
important game, though, wasn't it?
It was emotional. It was great. It was so good. What a great Tiger.
I forgot about this.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you can't put him in that category just because that was a terrible mistake.
I actually had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, can we also remember that Mateta boycotted his celebration for a few months as well?
That's right. Contracts. Yep. End of last season as well. Yep. So I don't know, but it's been brilliant. My moment of the season. But you know what? Can I go? I go last. I have a meeting in like 13 minutes, but I want to bring this up. What's your moment of the season, Chairman? I'll go last.
Oh, okay. You put me under the bus now, haven't you?
Yeah, there you go.
I know mine.
Villa semi-final for me.
Oh no. Mine is
no.
Newcastle
The one
at home.
moment. It's been one moment, Rich.
Newcastle at home when Munoz scored the goal and Glasner went down the touchline and everyone celebrated together. That was the turning point of the season.
Okay, so it's one.
Do you know something? I was going to say
Brighton game.
I was going to Brighton away. I mean, it was pandemonium. But,
which goal? Which goal? The nail in the coffin goal?
Yeah, the third goal. It was Sar, wasn't it?
Because he puts Dunk on the ground.
Yeah.
That's a photo for the ages.
I'll stick with Newcastle personally.
I'm going to stick with the Villa game. Sar second goal.
I'm with JC.
Because of the time of it was just 4 minutes after we missed a penalty.
Yeah.
That goal was so crucial.
It was. That was a big moment, but I'm with JC. I think that the absolute pandemonium, the pandemonium of that Newcastle game, and just the way, I mean, I almost passed out screaming my lungs out because I knew that was such a moment, and it had Leicester at home vibes, where JP scores that goal. And Roy's first game back, and it just changed everything from that point.
I mean, undoubtedly, you walked out of that ground, didn't you, after Newcastle, and you thought, I think things are going to change now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that had that sort of vibe about it, didn't it?
Yeah.
That we've turned the corner now.
Yeah.
Because Newcastle were doing well, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was a game that we shouldn't have lost anyway.
No,
right,
absolutely
right. It was that stupid own goal. They had no shots on target.
That's right. It was, wasn't it?
Shots on target. We had
I remember the actual XG of that game. It was 0.01 XG.
Yeah,
because that's right. That's right. There's nothing, did they?
Wait, where's the player decided to go down there? He's literally on the.
He literally walked off and then fell over on the side of the pitch, isn't it?
You haven't get off the pitch.
Yeah.
But you look back at it, and I mean, there've been some moments, probably not, it didn't seem at the time, but now, you got to say, Ipswich away getting that was a really big thing, wasn't it? I think we beat Ipswich, and we drew at home, and then we beat Brighton away, didn't we? And we that catapulted our season off.
I would also say these are early on in the season ones. Coming back from 2 down against Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That was a big. Yeah, that was.
And then getting off that first win against Spurs.
Yep.
Because we had
the first win was so important. You can't underestimate it.
No, that's fair.
And the manner in which we won that game as well. Once again, we completely dominated.
Yep. You could also say. You could also say, it's not one of the moments of the season, but it was kind of defining. That game at at Chelsea, where we go down 1-0 early, and then the second half, totally different game. Absolutely,
Yeah.
And the Ebbs goal, to be fair, it gets a massive deflection, but that is a game that we look like we were either going to equalize, or we were either going to equalize, or we were going to win it, and that was interesting as well, because it was very different.
Yeah, Decore's best game of the season, wasn't it?
Best game of the
Yeah.
season,
By a long way.
By a long way, yeah.
Yeah, that's what turned the
Absolutely.
game for us. Yeah.
Especially when the ref decided not to send off Hughes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I was like, get off.
To be fair, though, UC has been way better with his yellow cards in the second half of the season.
He has definitely messed up people's bets.
Southampton are in here.
Yeah.
Cutting back.
Oh,
Straight to the
good save
keeper.
by Golden.
that's a poor effort.
92
is.
minutes on the clock, straight to the keeper.
Yep. I don't know how much.
You
extra
could
time
also
there is.
say both Fulham games at their place, the FA Cup and in the league, because that
That's a
goal
great
from
point.
Munoz, where he sent Bassi to yoga classes, crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, moment of the season so far.
Being at Wembley, seeing us win at Wembley, beating Brighton both times. That's about it.
Great chat. Oh man. If this goes, is it extra time or is it straight penalties?
I've no idea. It's 92 and a half minutes at the moment.
If they do extra time, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so nervous for Saturday though.
But I think up this week, tomorrow will be the Tapped Eagle for the Man City game. I don't know when we're doing the other stuff.
Preview will be Thursday.
Cool.
What do you got planned for the match day vlog? Because that's going to be big.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
I'm wearing the exact same clothes. I might even go Norbury for no reason to get on the train from Norbury again.
Nice. No, I'm doing the
7 minutes of injury time.
Okay.
Tim will be drinking loads.
There you go. I'm going to be
singing on the tube.
Wait, hold on, Tim. Who did you do the watch along with? They have to make sure they're there as well.
Yeah, it's gonna. So this is the thing. Yeah, Alex and I are like synchronizing. All right, like same clothes, same routine. Like the whole thing. Just because if we're doing, I think it's gonna be the two of us again doing the watch along.
If anyone else wants to tell him no.
Yeah.
It's funny because Dan's routine is where everything completely different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to change his mind with that one.
I don't know. That's a little bit.
To be
weird.
fair, I don't know because the last few games he's gone to, we've won them all, and he says I've won something different in every single game. So I said, you know what?
Nice.
Go buy something in the morning,
there.
just in case.
I wouldn't mosh.
That is good.
Another great video, by the way.
Cheers.
Who's your player of the season? Or have you got someone completely different to us?
Got Henderson, Nketiah, Munoz, Gay.
Can't give the whole team one.
Yeah.
He's just naming everybody, isn't it?
I mean, it's Nketiah. Okay.
You nearly ruined Chairman's carpet.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm not having it.
You just went sit bid.
That was unplanned. Okay.
By the way, during the vlog, what were you talking about? You said Chairman was talking nonsense, and by the way, you did this. The timing was impeccable. I almost commented on it. Like you said that you were going because of the history. You were going for like a Tottenham win, and then you said, "But Chairman's talking nonsense." And then you didn't explain what nonsense he was talking.
Should I tell him?
So Go on then. I want to see if you actually know.
Yeah,
what
make
I'm
sure you're
talking
saying nonsense and not.
No, what
shortening
it was Tim, is that when we go to Tottenham, you have to go to a place called Seven Sisters Underground, which is the nearest station to Tottenham's ground.
Mm.
And Tottenham is a good 45-minute walk. But that's because one of my friends, who's sadly gone now, but came with us, wasn't a very quick walker. But he wasn't there yesterday, and we did it in about half an hour. But it's half an hour, like solid walking it is. It's a long old way. That's what he was talking about. But I must admit, we got in the ground, we got a couple of pints, and then I thought, oh, I haven't turned the stopwatch off yet. So,
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just the timing, the editing was very strange. Like JC talking about Tottenham getting a win, and then accusing chairman of talking nonsense.
I
Like,
know, yeah.
really? You know, like it was a maybe, you know what? Maybe if it was Rhea who was editing that, maybe she did it on purpose as a little bit of shit out. And if so, I approve.
She's got that in her.
Unfortunately, I've been the one editing all the vlogs, so yeah, blame me.
All right,
And,
fair enough.
and the other
Chairman
couple of
was
things happened
talking
yesterday
nonsense.
was when we got our first beers, a guy come up to us. He lives in Norfolk, he does. He's moved to London, Palace fan. He wanted his picture taken with us. This is good. And then obviously half time was in the toilet, and there's a guy come over. He's come over for the Tottenham game. Lives in Australia, and he says he watches all the streams as well from Australia.
Nice.
So
So cool.
Nice.
that's well cool, isn't it?
That is cool. He didn't interrupt you whilst you were urinating.
No. He's the next one. He was, yeah. It wasn't like Wembley. You just have to do it over your feet. It was fine. Oh, wait a sec. We're in. Oh, no. Referee's giving a foul.
Yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul. Yeah. And I think that is it.
It looks like it, isn't it? So was it a penalty shootout? Extra time.
I hope it's penalties.
If it's penalties, we stay on.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna mute so I can listen to this.
Okay. Well, sadly, I have a meeting, so I'm gonna have to. This is the perils of watching during the workday.
I know that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's as far as
Let's
I'm
go an extra time. So Tim, don't worry, guys. Big up everyone. Like the stream.
Yeah, we're sacking it.
We're sacking it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, all roads lead to Wembley. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing a live on Thursday for the preview. So what we'll do is we're gonna have the Man City fan come on, chat, and then we'll drop in the link. Jump in, have your say, give your thoughts and feelings about the upcoming final. So we'll do things a little bit different this time around. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. Oh, Tim, pleasure as always. JC, Chairman, legends. And as always, up the Palace.
up the Palace.
Eagles.
And the outro doesn't work either. This is a long day.